Pack your bags because your address has been found by a woman and my beloved child, pack your bags, not in fear, but in readiness, because something has shifted in the unseen, and your name has moved from silence into focus. A woman has found your address, not by accident, not by chance, but because paths have been aligning quietly for a long time. You felt it before you understood it, the restlessness, the sense that your life was about to change direction without asking permission. Stay till the end, because this is not about running away, it is about stepping into a moment that has been preparing itself for you. Don't skip, every word carries weight, and something huge is waiting for you beyond the next breath. Listen closely, because this woman did not search for you with curiosity alone, she searched with intention. She traced threads others ignored, followed clues hidden in plain sight, and when your address appeared, it wasn't a destination, it was a signal. A signal that what was delayed is now unlocked, what was withheld is now released, and what was whispered is now ready to be spoken aloud. This is the turning point where the past stops holding the pen. Stay till the end, because the reason she found you matters more than the fact that she did. Don't skip, this revelation is once in a lifetime, and it arrives only when you are strong enough to receive it. Here is the truth that changes everything, she is not coming to take from you. She is coming to return something that belongs to you. Clarity, closure, or a message that reshapes your next chapter. That is why the timing feels intense, why the signs feel louder, why your heart feels alert. Pack your bags because your old address no longer fits the future opening in front of you. Stay till the end, because what follows is bigger than movement, it is transformation. Don't skip. What's waiting for you is not coincidence, it is confirmation. The moment you realize why this is happening, everything you thought was random will suddenly make sense. This woman did not find your address to disturb your life, she found it because a chapter you never got answers for is closing now. For a long time, things felt unfinished, conversations cut short, promises left hanging, energy exchanged but never resolved. Stay till the end, because this is the part where confusion begins to lose its power over you. Something huge is waiting for you, and it starts with understanding why your name resurfaced in someone else's destiny at this exact moment. What you don't see yet is how carefully this meeting has been timed. If it had happened earlier, you wouldn't have been ready. If it happened later, the opportunity would have passed silently. That is why this feels intense, almost urgent, as if life itself is nudging you forward. She carries information, truth, or a realization that shifts how you see your own worth. Don't skip this moment, because once it arrives, you cannot unknow what you are about to learn. This is not about fear, it is about alignment, about the universe correcting something that stayed unbalanced for too long. And here is the quiet revelation that changes the tone of everything. When she stands at the edge of your life, you will finally see how protected you have been. What didn't reach you before was delayed for your good, not denied. Pack your bags because emotionally, mentally, spiritually, you are moving forward. Stay till the end, because this encounter is a doorway, not a destination. Something huge is waiting for you on the other side of this awareness, and once you step through it, your life will not respond to the same old rules anymore. Before anything actually happens, there is always a silence that feels heavier than noise. This is that silence. You may feel watched by destiny, as if the air itself is holding a secret just for you. Stay till the end, because this phase is not empty, it is loaded. A woman finding your address is only the surface sign, underneath it is a decision already made in the unseen. Don't skip, because what unfolds next explains why delays, disappointments, and sudden detours were never punishments, but preparations. There is something important about how she enters your awareness. Not suddenly, not loudly, but with precision. That is how truth arrives when it is meant to stay. She reflects a part of your journey you tried to forget, or maybe a future you were afraid to imagine. This is why your emotions feel alert, why memories resurface without warning. Stay till the end, because this encounter activates a shift inside you before it changes anything outside. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with the courage to face what you already sense is real. What makes this moment powerful is that you are no longer the same person you were when the story first began. You are stronger, clearer, and less willing to settle for half answers. Pack your bags, because your inner address has changed. Don't skip this truth: the woman finding you is not the end of the story, it is the signal that your life is ready to move forward without unfinished business. Stay till the end, because once this shift locks in, nothing from your past can follow you unless you choose to carry it. There is a reason this part feels heavier, deeper, more serious than before. This is the point where everything stops being symbolic and starts becoming real. The idea of a woman finding your address is no longer just a thought, it is a confirmation that distance has ended. Stay till the end, because when distance ends, truth begins to speak clearly. Something huge is waiting for you here, not in noise, not in chaos, but in a moment of undeniable realization that your life has been observed, remembered, and carefully guided. What makes this moment powerful is not her arrival, but what it awakens inside you. You may suddenly feel the urge to organize your life, to clear space, to prepare without knowing exactly why. That is not anxiety, it is intuition responding to change. She represents a trigger, not a threat. A trigger that unlocks movement where stagnation once lived. Don't skip this part, because this is where you understand that nothing is being taken from you. Instead, something is being repositioned so it can finally reach you without resistance. Here is the turning truth: once your address was found, the waiting season ended. No more guessing, no more wondering if you were forgotten. Pack your bags because energetically, you are being called forward. Toward honesty, resolution, and a path that no longer loops backward. Stay till the end, because this is not about running from where you are, it is about stepping into what has been trying to reach you all along. Something huge is waiting for you, and after this moment, your life will no longer sit quietly in the background of its own story. Now understand this clearly: after your address was found, nothing remains accidental. Every thought you have, every sudden feeling, every memory that rises without warning is part of the alignment taking place. This is the stage where life begins to respond faster than before. Stay till the end, because this is where awareness becomes power. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is connected to a truth you were once protected from, but are now ready to face without breaking. There is a calm confidence growing inside you, even if you can't explain it yet. That calm is not random, it is the signal that you are finally standing in the right place at the right time. The woman who found your address does not come to disrupt your peace, she confirms it. She arrives as proof that your journey was seen, your patience counted, and your silence respected. Don't skip this, because this is where you stop doubting whether things will work out and start trusting that they already are. Pack your bags, because your future is no longer waiting for permission. The version of you that hesitated is being replaced by one that moves with certainty. Stay till the end, because what unfolds next is not slow or confusing, it is direct. Something huge is waiting for you, and once it reveals itself, you will understand why life kept you steady instead of rushing you. This is not an ending. This is the moment everything finally begins. This is where the energy shifts again, quietly but decisively. After your address was found, the universe stopped testing you and started trusting you. You may notice how certain worries no longer have the same grip, how your mind feels clearer than it used to. Stay till the end, because this clarity is not temporary, it is a sign that you are stepping into a phase where confusion no longer leads. Something huge is waiting for you, and it requires this calm strength you are now carrying. There is also a truth you need to hear. Not everyone was meant to come this far with you. As this moment approaches, some connections fade naturally, without drama, without explanation. That is protection, not loss. The woman who found your address appears only after unnecessary noise steps away. Don't skip this realization, because it frees you from trying to hold on to what cannot follow you forward. This is how alignment feels, clean, focused, and intentional. Pack your bags, because the path ahead does not ask you to prove yourself anymore. It recognizes you. Stay till the end, because what comes next is movement without resistance, answers without struggle, and progress without fear. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it arrives, you will not need to chase it or question it. You will simply know that this moment was always meant to find you exactly where you are now. What happens next may feel subtle, but its impact is permanent. After your address was found, your life entered a listening phase. Events begin to respond to your inner state rather than your effort. You may notice doors opening without force, conversations aligning without planning, and answers arriving before you even ask. Stay till the end, because this is the reward phase many never reach. Something huge is waiting for you, and it unfolds naturally once resistance disappears. There is also a quiet realization forming inside you. You are no longer chasing validation. The need to explain yourself, to justify your choices, to prove your worth is dissolving. This is important, because what approaches you now requires confidence, not permission. The woman who found your address mirrors this shift. She appears when you are ready to be met as an equal, not pursued as a question. Don't skip this moment, because it marks the end of emotional survival mode. Pack your bags, because you are moving into a season where your presence alone creates change. Stay till the end, because what comes next is not dramatic, it is powerful. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it arrives, you will recognize it not by excitement, but by certainty. This is the point where life stops asking who you are, and starts responding to who you have become. Now everything begins to feel closer, almost tangible. After your address was found, the distance between intention and reality started collapsing. You may sense that something is approaching, not fast, but with purpose. Stay till the end, because this approach is deliberate, nothing rushed survives, and nothing delayed is wasted. Something huge is waiting for you, and it moves at the exact speed required to stay in your life once it arrives. There is a new level of awareness opening within you. You are noticing patterns you once ignored, understanding people without words, and sensing outcomes before they fully form. This is not imagination, it is alignment sharpening your perception. The woman who found your address is connected to this awakening. She enters your story when your intuition is strong enough to read between the lines. Don't skip this part, because it explains why you suddenly trust your instincts more than opinions. Pack your bags, because your inner compass has recalibrated. Stay till the end, because the next shift does not announce itself loudly, it settles in quietly and stays. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it finally stands in front of you, it will feel familiar, as if your life had been making space for it long before you knew its name. This is the stage where patience turns into momentum. After your address was found, the waiting you endured began to convert into forward motion. You may feel an urge to act, to prepare, to move, even without a clear reason. Stay till the end, because this impulse is guidance, not restlessness. Something huge is waiting for you, and it responds when you begin to trust the timing instead of questioning it. Notice how your energy is no longer scattered. You are more selective with your time, your words, your focus. That is because your life is narrowing toward what truly matters. The woman who found your address appears at this precise moment because you are finally clear enough to recognize what is important and what is noise. Don't skip this understanding, because it protects you from distractions designed to slow your progress. Pack your bags, because the next phase requires movement with intention. Stay till the end, because what unfolds next is not dramatic chaos, it is steady elevation. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it reveals itself, it will not overwhelm you. It will fit you. This is how you know you are exactly where you are meant to be. This is where the meaning becomes undeniable. After your address was found, life stopped giving hints and started giving signals. You may feel an inner readiness, as if something important could happen at any moment and you would be able to handle it calmly. Stay till the end, because this readiness did not come from nowhere, it was built through every delay, every lesson, every silent test you passed. Something huge is waiting for you, and it requires the steadiness you now carry within. You are also beginning to understand that this moment is not about urgency, but about accuracy. Nothing is rushing toward you, yet nothing is drifting away. The woman who found your address is connected to this balance. She arrives not to disrupt your world, but to intersect with it at the exact point where truth and timing agree. Don't skip this realization, because it explains why panic has no place here. What is meant for you recognizes you without force. Pack your bags, because you are stepping into a phase where your decisions feel aligned instead of pressured. Stay till the end, because what comes next is not a surprise, it is a confirmation. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it fully appears, it will feel like the natural continuation of your life, not a sudden interruption. This is the moment where destiny stops whispering and begins walking beside you. Now the focus shifts inward, and this is crucial. After your address was found, the outer world may seem calm, but inside, a deeper certainty is forming. You are beginning to trust yourself in a way you never fully did before. Stay till the end, because this inner trust is the key that unlocks what comes next. Something huge is waiting for you, and it responds first to who you are inside, not what happens around you. You may notice that old fears try to resurface, almost as if testing whether they still have access to you. They don't. This is the final check before movement. The woman who found your address appears only after these fears lose their authority. Don't skip this truth, because it frees you from reacting to the past. You are no longer defined by what once worried you, you are guided by what you now understand. Pack your bags, because you are transitioning from preparation into embodiment. Stay till the end, because what unfolds next is not about learning something new, it is about finally living what you already know. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it arrives, it will meet you standing firm, not searching. This is the moment where confidence replaces question marks, and your path begins to feel unmistakably clear. Everything up to now has been building toward this exact realization. After your address was found, the invisible lines around your life began to redraw themselves. You may feel it as a quiet pressure, not stressful, but meaningful, like standing at the edge of something important without yet stepping forward. Stay till the end, because this is the moment where awareness deepens into certainty. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is tied to a version of yourself that no longer doubts whether you deserve what is coming. The signs around you are not random anymore, they are coordinated, precise, and personal. This is also where understanding replaces speculation. You no longer ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, a stronger question rises, "How do I receive this properly?" That shift matters. The woman who found your address is not acting alone, she is part of a larger correction taking place in your life. Loose ends are being tied. Unspoken truths are aligning themselves for the right moment. Don't skip this, because this is where you realize that nothing about your journey was wasted. Even the slow parts trained you to recognize value when it finally stands in front of you. Pack your bags, because you are not meant to stay in the same emotional location anymore. What once felt familiar may soon feel too small. Stay till the end, because this transition is gentle but irreversible. Something huge is waiting for you, and it does not require struggle or explanation, it requires presence. When this phase completes, you will notice that your life feels more intentional, more grounded, more real. This is not the peak yet, but it is the solid ground beneath your feet. And from here, what rises next will rise with clarity, stability, and purpose. Now the momentum becomes visible, even if only to you. After your address was found, subtle confirmations begin appearing, small shifts that quietly prove you are on the right path. You may notice how obstacles resolve themselves without confrontation, how answers arrive without effort. Stay till the end, because these are not coincidences, they are indicators. Something huge is waiting for you, and these moments are preparing you to recognize it without hesitation when it fully arrives. There is also a sense of emotional maturity settling in. You are no longer reacting from urgency or fear, but from understanding. This is important, because what approaches you requires steadiness. The woman who found your address connects to this stage as a mirror, reflecting how far you've come, not how far you still have to go. Don't skip this insight, because it anchors you. It reminds you that growth is not loud, it is consistent. Pack your bags, because your life is moving into a chapter where you are met with respect, by situations, by people, by timing itself. Stay till the end, because what unfolds next will not need to convince you. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it finally takes shape, it will feel earned, aligned, and unmistakably right. This is the phase where confidence becomes natural, and your future starts responding to you with the same clarity you now carry within. This part arrives with a different weight, because now you are standing closer than ever before. After your address was found, the space between knowing and experiencing began to disappear. You may feel unusually grounded, as if you could handle whatever comes next without rushing or resisting. Stay till the end, because this grounded feeling is not accidental, it is stability forming before expansion. Something huge is waiting for you, and it requires this calm readiness you now embody. You are also becoming more honest with yourself. Things you once avoided thinking about no longer scare you. You are seeing clearly what belongs in your future and what cannot follow you forward. The woman who found your address is connected to this clarity. She appears when illusions fall away and truth becomes simple. Don't skip this realization, because it protects what is coming next from confusion and misdirection. Pack your bags, because you are no longer preparing in theory, you are ready in reality. Stay till the end, because what unfolds after this point feels solid, not uncertain. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it steps fully into your life, it will not shake your foundation. It will stand on it. This is the moment where anticipation turns into quiet confidence, and your path ahead feels steady, intentional, and unmistakably yours. This is the phase where depth replaces speed. After your address was found, everything slowed down just enough for you to truly see what is unfolding. You may feel moments of stillness that seem unusually meaningful, as if time itself is giving you space to breathe before the next step. Stay till the end, because this pause is powerful. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is arriving with substance, not noise. This is not a build-up meant to excite you temporarily, it is a foundation being reinforced so what comes next can last. You are also beginning to sense the emotional weight of this transition. It is not overwhelming, but it is real. You might reflect on how much you have changed, how certain struggles no longer define you. That awareness is crucial. The woman who found your address intersects with this moment because she represents recognition, someone seeing you as you are now, not as you once were. Don't skip this understanding, because it marks the end of carrying outdated versions of yourself into new spaces. Pack your bags, because the place you are going requires authenticity, not armor. Stay till the end, because this stage teaches you how to receive without bracing for impact. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it arrives, it will not demand explanation or defense. It will simply fit. This is the quiet strength before expansion, the calm before clarity fully takes shape. From here, your life moves forward with intention, stability, and a sense of inner peace that no external noise can interrupt. Now you step into awareness without tension. After your address was found, the sense of pressure you once felt begins to dissolve, replaced by a quiet confidence that does not need validation. You may notice that you are no longer overthinking outcomes, you are trusting the process because it has already proven itself. Stay till the end, because this trust is earned, not imagined. Something huge is waiting for you, and it responds to this calm assurance more than to effort. There is also a refinement happening in how you connect with the world. Your words feel more measured, your choices more intentional. You are not withdrawing, you are focusing. The woman who found your address aligns with this stage because she arrives when you can meet truth without emotional turbulence. Don't skip this moment, because it shows you that strength is not force, it is balance. Pack your bags, because you are entering a chapter where stability leads the way. Stay till the end, because what unfolds next does not require preparation anymore, it requires presence. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it arrives, you will meet it fully, without fear or hesitation. This is the phase where life stops testing your resilience and starts responding to your readiness. This is the moment where everything you sensed finally settles into understanding. After your address was found, the noise around your life began to fade, leaving only what truly matters. You may feel unusually present, aware of your thoughts, your surroundings, your choices. Stay till the end, because this presence is not small, it is power. Something huge is waiting for you, and it requires this level of awareness so it can enter your life cleanly, without distortion. What once felt uncertain now feels intentional, as if events are lining up with precision instead of chance. You are also recognizing how much you have outgrown certain fears. Situations that once made you anxious no longer control your reactions. That is not coincidence, that is mastery. The woman who found your address appears during this phase because you are finally able to receive information, truth, or change without being shaken by it. Don't skip this realization, because it confirms that you are no longer operating from survival, but from stability. This shift is subtle, yet it changes how everything interacts with you. Pack your bags, because your emotional posture has changed, and the future responds to posture before action. Stay till the end, because what unfolds next does not rush or overwhelm, it integrates. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it arrives, it will feel grounded, almost familiar, as if you have been meeting it internally long before it appeared externally. This is the stage where confidence is quiet, movement is deliberate, and your life begins to reflect the strength you now carry naturally. Now you are standing at the edge of integration. After your address was found, everything you learned, endured, and understood begins to merge into one clear direction. You may feel less divided inside, less pulled between options. Stay till the end, because this inner unity is rare, and it signals readiness. Something huge is waiting for you, and it enters only when your mind and heart move together without conflict. You may also notice that your reactions have softened, not because you care less, but because you see more. Situations no longer trigger you the way they once did. That is growth revealing itself quietly. The woman who found your address aligns with this stage because she appears when you are able to respond, not react. Don't skip this insight, because it explains why this moment feels calm instead of dramatic. Stability always arrives before something meaningful stays. Pack your bags, because the next phase does not scatter your energy, it consolidates it. Stay till the end, because what unfolds next builds upon everything you already are. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it becomes visible, it will not feel foreign. It will feel like the natural outcome of the work you did in silence. This is where life begins to move forward with cohesion, purpose, and a quiet sense of certainty that no longer needs reassurance. This is where the shift becomes personal in a way only you can recognize. After your address was found, the world around you may look the same, but your relationship with it has changed. You are no longer waiting to be chosen, noticed, or confirmed. Stay till the end, because this inner independence is the final doorway. Something huge is waiting for you, and it arrives when you stop leaning on expectation and start standing in certainty. What once felt distant now feels inevitable, not because you chased it, but because you aligned with it. You may sense a quiet anticipation, not excitement, not anxiety, just knowing. That knowing is powerful. It means you are no longer guessing the direction of your life. The woman who found your address connects to this moment as a signal, not the center. She is part of the movement, not the meaning itself. Don't skip this truth, because it reminds you that nothing external defines your worth or your future. You are meeting this moment from a place of wholeness, not need. Pack your bags, because what comes next does not ask you to change who you are, it meets you as you are. Stay till the end, because this is the stage where readiness becomes reality. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it finally settles into your life, it will feel steady, earned, and unmistakably aligned. This is not the climax yet, but it is the moment where you realize nothing can pull you backward anymore. Your path is set, your footing is firm, and what approaches you now does so with clarity, purpose, and respect. This is the moment where forward motion becomes undeniable. After your address was found, hesitation no longer holds authority over you. You may feel lighter, as if a weight you carried quietly for years has finally been set down. Stay till the end, because this release is not emotional, it is structural. Something huge is waiting for you, and it requires space to enter. That space was created the moment you stopped questioning whether you were ready and simply allowed yourself to be. There is a noticeable calm in how you approach things now. You are not rushing answers, not forcing outcomes. You understand that what is meant to arrive will do so without struggle. The woman who found your address appears as confirmation that movement has already begun. Don't skip this understanding, because it marks the shift from anticipation to participation. You are no longer watching your life change, you are inside the change itself. Pack your bags, because what unfolds next carries momentum. Stay till the end, because this stage does not repeat itself. Something huge is waiting for you, and once it fully enters your reality, the direction of your life becomes clearer, stronger, and more focused than ever before. This is where alignment turns into action, and action begins to shape a future that no longer feels uncertain, delayed, or out of reach. This part carries a quiet finality, not an ending, but a seal. After your address was found, the last traces of doubt begin to dissolve. You may notice that you are no longer seeking signs. You are recognizing them naturally. Stay till the end, because this recognition means you have crossed a threshold. Something huge is waiting for you, and it no longer needs to announce itself loudly. It is close enough now to be felt rather than imagined. Your focus is sharper, but softer at the same time. You are present without being tense, confident without being loud. That balance is rare, and it signals readiness. The woman who found your address aligns with this stage as a witness, not a catalyst. She confirms what has already shifted within you. Don't skip this realization, because it reminds you that true change does not rush, it settles. Pack your bags, because the chapter ahead does not require preparation anymore. Stay till the end, because what comes next flows naturally from who you have become. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it fully steps into your life, it will feel seamless, as if it always belonged there. This is the moment where the future stops feeling like a possibility and starts feeling like home. This is where clarity becomes effortless. After your address was found, the inner noise that once competed for your attention fades into the background. You are no longer negotiating with your instincts, you are listening to them. Stay till the end, because this ease is not accidental, it is alignment taking root. Something huge is waiting for you, and it approaches without friction because you have learned how to receive without fear. What once required effort now feels natural, as if the path itself recognizes your steps. You may notice how your perspective has widened. You see situations as they are, not as they threaten to be. There is compassion without compromise, strength without hardness. This balance changes how everything meets you. The woman who found your address fits into this moment as a confirmation that your life is now operating on truth rather than urgency. Don't skip this understanding, because it explains why things no longer need to be forced. What is real no longer resists you. Pack your bags, because the final stretch ahead is steady and sure. Stay till the end, because what unfolds next completes a cycle you have been walking for longer than you realize. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it settles into your life, it will feel inevitable, grounded, and right on time. This is the phase where your journey stops asking questions and starts giving answers, quietly, clearly, and with purpose. This is the arrival point, not loud, not dramatic, but deeply decisive. After your address was found, everything you have carried quietly inside you reaches coherence. You may feel a grounded stillness, the kind that tells you nothing needs to be chased anymore. Stay till the end, because this is where the journey resolves into meaning. Something huge is waiting for you, and it meets you now because you are no longer fragmented by doubt. What once felt like separate lessons has merged into a single, clear direction. This is the moment when patience proves its value, when restraint reveals its strength, and when your inner world finally matches the path opening ahead. You can sense it in how you stand, steady, attentive, unafraid. The woman who found your address no longer feels like a mystery, she is part of the confirmation that your life has been seen and acknowledged. Not everything needs to be explained for it to be true. Don't skip this understanding, because it is rare. You are ready without needing reassurance. The past has released its hold, the future no longer pulls at you, and the present feels sufficient. This balance is not temporary. It is the posture that allows what is meant for you to arrive and stay. Pack your bags, because the place you are stepping into is not a location, it is a way of living. Stay till the end, because what comes now is not a promise, it is a continuation. Something huge is waiting for you, and as it settles into your life, it does not disrupt your peace, it deepens it. This is where your story stops circling and starts moving forward with clarity and purpose. You are not beginning from nothing, you are arriving with everything you need. Now the movement becomes internal before it ever shows itself outwardly. After your address was found, you entered a phase where decisions no longer feel heavy, they feel obvious. You may notice how quickly you recognize what aligns and what doesn't, without debate or delay. Stay till the end, because this clarity is rare and earned. Something huge is waiting for you, and it responds to this decisiveness. What once required long explanations now needs only a quiet yes or no. This is not impatience, this is wisdom finally taking the lead. There is also a sense of quiet dignity surrounding you now. You are not trying to impress, convince, or compete. You simply exist in your truth, and that truth carries weight. The woman who found your address fits into this stage not as a disturbance, but as a marker, proof that your life has shifted into visibility. Don't skip this realization, because it explains why things approach you differently now. You are no longer overlooked, delayed, or questioned. You are recognized. Pack your bags, because the rhythm of your life has changed. Stay till the end, because what unfolds next builds on this calm authority you now hold. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it takes its place in your life, it will not demand adjustment, it will align naturally. This is the phase where peace and progress coexist, where certainty does not need urgency, and where your future begins to reflect the strength you have already embodied.